the train. We're leaving Main Street Station right now, so wave goodbye. But stay on board long enough, sooner or later, you'll be back. Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren y cuide a los pequeños. Gracias. For an old conductor like me, there's no better place to ride the rails than the Magic Kingdom. By the way, we're traveling on pure steam power. This old locomotive is descended from the mighty trains that powered the golden age of steam. And just like me, it's a little old-fashioned. Now, where else can you travel from the charm of Main Street, USA, to the untamed jungles of Africa, Asia, and South America? At the Magic Kingdom, anything is possible, and we're headed straight to the heart of Adventureland. It can get pretty wild in these parts, especially if you run into Captain Jack Sparrow. He's hiding out among those scurrilous pirates of the Caribbean. But whether you're boarding a boat for the Jungle Cruise or flying on Aladdin's magic carpet, you visit Adventureland and experience your favorite. As for me, I'm staying safe and sound right here aboard my train, if you don't mind. We've reached the wild west of the Magic Kingdom, Frontierland. This outpost is home to covered wagons, cowpokes, and country bears. And we've got our own mountain range of exciting adventures. You might catch a where a rabbit or a 50-foot drop straight down into the briar patch. We've reached Frontierland Station, everyone, so sit tight until we come to a complete stop. If you're disembarking here, please carry your strollers all the way off the platform before you unfold. That'll help make room for the new passengers joining us. Watch your step now. This is Frontierland Station.
We are approaching Frontierland Station here in Frontierland. For your safety, and safety of others, please remain seated until I give the all-clear to disembark. Remain seated. Remain seated. Please remain seated. Almost there. And we are clear. Welcome to Frontierland.
Sit back, relax, and we're all aboard.
Howdy, folks. If you're just joining us, welcome aboard the Walt Disney World Railroad. We're headed for Fantasyland and to Main Street, USA. Everybody stay seated. Keep your hands and arms, feet and legs safely inside the train. And as always, keep an eye on your little ones. Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren. Y cuide a los pequeños. Gracias. As we head into the American wilderness, we'll pass by the dusty desert town of Tumbleweed. Keep your eyes peeled for runaway mine trains and big Thunder Mountain Railway. Train. That settlers started heading west.
Folks, we do ask that you keep your feet inside the train. Thank you.
Now we make it in just a few minutes. There's plenty of deer, antelope, and elk to feed along the banks of the river. Naturally, plenty of early settlers decided to put down stakes and live here too. Of course, those early settlers weren't the first to make their home in this wild frontier. These native tribes are Plains Indians that lived hunting and trading for centuries before we ever came along. They were the first to tame the wild horses of the American plains, long before before our big old iron horses started chugging through these parts. Almost out of the woods, folks. We're coming up on the most magical of lands, Fantasyland, a place where any dream can come true. Fly over London with Peter Pan. Set sail on It's a Small World. Take a trip under the sea with the Little Mermaid. Or be our guest at an enchanted feast in the Beast's castle. Whether you're a pixie, a princess, or just an everyday dreamer, there's always something special about Fantasyland. Town on the local railway. Well, the circus is here, and it's set up permanent headquarters as the Fantasyland Storybook Circus. It's a place to fly high with Dumbo, or join Goofy on the Barnstorm, a rollicking ride of circus acrobatics and coaster thrills. This station is also your gateway to the rest of Fantasyland and Tomorrowland. Now, please wait until the train has come to a complete stop. Gather your belongings and carry your strollers away from the platform before you start unfolding them. That way we can start loading up for the next leg of our trip. For those of you disembarking, please watch your step. Thanks for traveling with us on the Walt Disney World Railroad. Join us again real soon. If you're staying aboard, our next stop is Main Street Station.
For not entering Fantasyland Station, please remain seated until the train has come to a full and complete stop and I have given you the all clear. We're almost there, folks. Please remain seated. Just a few more feet. Remain seated, please. And we're all clear. Next stop, all aboard.
Looks like we're ready to embark on the next leg of our journey. Our destination is Main Street, USA. Now, everyone stay seated and keep your hands and arms, feet and legs inside the train at all times. Oh, and please keep an eye on your children. Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren y cuide a los pequeños. Gracias. Some who say that this steam train is a little old-fashioned, but for me, it's the only way to travel. Of course, there are those who prefer to hit the highway, and on the right, you just might spot some pint-sized drivers taking their first spin behind the wheel of a car. Getting from place to place is a big deal in Tomorrowland, where you might board a PeopleMover, zip around on the Astro Orbiter, or book a flight across the galaxy. Our busy starport in Space Mountain. Tomorrowland is truly a world on the move. Speaking of moving, it seems like a whole lot of new neighbors have been migrating in from all corners of the Milky Way. There's that rascally Experiment 626, better known as Stitch, always up to his usual antics. Buzz Lightyear is scouting for a few good space rangers. Even the monsters of Monstropolis have taken a shine to Tomorrowland. I hear those monsters are pretty funny. They're sure fun to look at. Yeah, the future is here today at the Magic Kingdom. And the future looks like a lot of fun. But after working on the railroad all the live-long day, it's nice to come home to good old Main Street, USA. Inspired by the small-town dreams of a young Walt Disney, a walk down Main Street is like stepping back into the early years of the 20th century. Of course, ours is a Main Street of the imagination, and we've got our own hometown hero, Mickey Mouse. Mickey and his friends have gathered at the Town Square Theater, and they're always happy to meet their fans. Right now, please stay seated until our train comes to a complete stop. Then pick up your belongings and carefully step off the train. If you have strollers to unfold, please take them all the way beyond the platform so we can safely board passengers for the next leg of our journey. This is Main Street Station, Main Street, USA.
We're now entering Main Street Station. Please remain seated until the train has come to a full and complete stop, and I have given you the all clear. Just a few more feet, folks. We're almost there. Please remain seated. Remain seated, please. And we're all clear. Next stop is...
Inside this rotating theater, both families welcome you into their homes of yesterday and today, starting way back at the turn of the 20th century. you'll want to be sure to enjoy today while visiting this land of tomorrow. The People Mover is the perfect vehicle for people watching, so keep your eyes peeled. You never know who you might see. Coming up, Stitch's Great Escape, where you can report for duty as a security agent for the Galactic Federation.
Did they ever change it to make it less yucky?
That is less yucky.
Your mission is to keep Experiment 626, the biggest little mischief maker in the galaxy, under control. And now, while it heads to the door, where Hulu presents Progress City, Walt Disney's dream for an experimental prototype movie tomorrow. Progress City is the inspiration for Epcot and many of its forward-thinking ideas that have been realized throughout Walt Disney. If your future includes shopping, then you'll want to visit Mickey's Stock Traders, where you'll find the greatest goods from around the galaxy.
That's right. It's out of this world.
At the Tomorrowland Speedway, put the pedal to the metal and speed towards the checkered flag in your very own race car. Young or old, this is your chance to drive in the fast lane without worrying about getting a speeding ticket.
Mr. Morrow, Mr. Tom Morrow. Please contact Mr. Johnson in the control tower to confirm your flight to the moon.
Don't be afraid, Teddy.
It's all like that.
Is it bothering you?
No.
the 20th century. First presented at the New York World's Fair, this legendary circular theater celebrates the progress that has made our lives better. It's a perfect reminder that there's always a great, big, beautiful tomorrow shining at the end of every day. Space Ranger, you'll use your own personal laser cannon to save the entire galaxy. Monsters Incorporated, so drop in and join Mike Wazowski and all his pals at Monsters Incorporated Lapboard. Share the fun. Enjoy the rest of your day and have a great, big, beautiful tomorrow. Sit back, relax, and enjoy your grand circle tour of Tomorrowland.
Step onto the moving platform with caution and exit by stepping away from the car. Thank you.
Smoking, don't static, don't switch seats. It's a bumpy ride, we want nobody getting hurt. My name's Adonis, I'll be your conductor supervising our journey to another destination, so sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. Ladies and gentlemen, the Picky's Final Watch is our only stop on this train. It's a backstage area of animal kingdom that shows how we feed characters around and stuff Walt Disney World property more. It's numbers 9, 10, 11 at the top of your guide maps. There is no way to walk to this area, you can only get there by train. Over there's a petting area called the correction section. You'll find a full-service research, nutrition, and veterinary center where you witness live veterinary procedures. You'll experience the surround sound audio shows on the rainforest. There'll be a kids' discovery club also for those young travelers looking for their stamps and other exhibits that include reptiles, amphibians, insects, arachnids, tamarins, and hands-on animal presentations conducted by our keeper staff throughout the day and characters signing autographs. All this and much, much more, but it's found only at our next stop for Pee-Pee's Fun and Watch. For small children's safety, do make sure all small children are in a seat, either on your laps or on those benches, please do not allow the small ones to stand when our train is moving. Once again, do make sure all small children are sitting down. Thank you. At this time, we'll head along the eastern side of the Romney Wildlife Reserve, catching glimpses of the nighttime homes of safari animals like the lions, warthogs, and the livestock. The animals surround our park frequent these nighttime parks with veterinary care and feeding. They all know when it's time to come in because keepers have trained every animal species to respond to a specific sound that brings them in every night. This has to be done before the sun sets for their safety and the keeper's safety. It's why Animal Kingdom comes to a close early than other parks. Once again, parents, I do need the little ones sitting down when our train is moving. We do not want to have to stop for safety reasons, so please make sure that the little ones are sitting down. Thank you. Sometimes along this side, we catch a glimpse of any of the animals along the safaris. We'll have some ostrich, sometimes octopus, or some ptarmigan.
There's a safari truck.
Actually, those two right there laid down, those aren't octopus. Now, folks, we're slowing down at this time. This tells us that our sister train ahead of us has not left our destination. Because of this, we have to come to an unscheduled stop to give that train clearance to exit the station before we can drop you off at Rafiki's Planet Launch. Now, even though we aren't stopped, folks, we ask that for your safety remain seated with all hands, heads, arms, feet, legs inside, because this train will start to move momentarily once we receive clearance, and we do know how roughly this train does start. We'll be on our way momentarily, and that first car, we need everybody sitting down. We'll begin to move momentarily. Thank you, thank you. All right, folks.
Go forward.
That was all means we've received clearance to proceed on our way. Do remain seated. Head, arms, feet, legs inside. Here we go.
Engineer talking.
Around this next turn is the cheetah, white rhino, and African elephant buildings. We'll catch a glimpse of some of the animals inside as we go by. Most wildlife here on the park are on the endangered species list. They're rated by Disney's Worldwide Conservation Club to protect and preserve their existence for generations come. You too, ladies and gentlemen, can do your part preserving wildlife all around the world by donating all the merchandise purchased. You make your Disney to Disney's Worldwide Conservation Club. As every little bit helps to preserve endangered wildlife and habitat for many generations to come. When you've done so, you receive a Conservation Heroes badge, making you a Conservation Hero. All donations can be made throughout the Walt Disney World property and all merchandise and restaurant locations. In the distance, you can see a very colorful mural that is marking the conservation station. Inside that nicely air-conditioned building, we do our research and veterinary procedures. You'll find characters signing autographs, hands-on animal presentations, and much, much more to experience. Our train ride will be coming to an end at this point as we arrive at our destination of Rafiki's Planet Launch. You remain fully seated until we stop. The doors will be opened by our staff when it's safe to board the train. Please make sure that you have all your personal belongings. Take small children by the hands as you exit. If you're traveling with a stroller, please set up the strollers after you exit the station area. We hope everybody enjoys the rest of Animal Kingdom, as well as your time here at Rafiki's Planet Launch. Now, here's the important part, folks. When you're finished at Rafiki's Planet Launch, you just return back to this station where there will be a different train waiting for you to take you back to the mission. That train will operate every other 5 minutes to bring you back to your welcome to our destination. Tour the heart and soul of Disney's Animal Kingdom. This is the land of Rafiki's Planet Launch.
remain seated at all times. Put your arms, legs, and feet inside trains. There is no smoking allowed for the concern of others. You can eat on the train but cannot throw the trash outside the windows. And most importantly, to please remain seated where you are. No standing or switching seats for your own safety. Africa. Of Asia, you're going to be finding a small village of 3 huts. These huts are built in stilts. It is a way to protect themselves from the heavy monsoon rains throughout the season. Feel free to take pictures of these huts, or just look at them, how they're built. I give you an idea to build one as well.
We're making videos.
Into the woods out here, you can find the ruins of the Maharaja's jungle strength. There is the walking trail there where you find the tigers, Komodo dragons, blue cats, and many other animals from Asia. Next to these ruins, you can find a big river called the Kali River Rapids. You're going to get on a raft, you're probably going to get soaking wet. Next to this river, you're going to find a big mountain called Mount Everest. You can catch a high-speed train that can take you to the very top of the Himalayan mountains. But beware of the mysterious creature called the jetty. If you're not careful, the jetty might get you. And finally, there is a show here called The Flights of Wonder. This show is about birds. Last show today will start in 11 minutes. So choose your time wisely. Which show do you want to watch first? We are now in Africa. Africa is the home to the Kilimanjaro Safari and Tengani Forest. Kilimanjaro Safari is a 2-week safari that takes you along the bound of Africa. Tengani Forest is a walking trail you find gorillas, naked orcas, hurricanes, fish, birds, insects, and hippos. The train is now approaching London railway station. At this time, please remain seated until the train comes to a complete and full stop and doors will be open for you. For those who are carrying strollers, please make sure to keep those strollers folded until you pass the platform area. Thank you for choosing Eastern Star Railways Wildlife Express. We hope you enjoy your day here at this animal get down.